Welcome back, my fellow gamers, to another episode of F2PMOBA. I apologize for my extended away time from the channel and also not putting up content. I actually recorded quite a bit of content in the past few months, and unfortunately I got sick, and then I had a cough that just won't go away, so it lingered to the point where I couldn't do any voiceovers for a while, even though when I had the time and the energy to do it. So I'm back, and I'm actually very excited to show you guys a new game. This is called Paragon, and Paragon, it was first introduced at a gaming convention, I think early spring of 2016, if not late 2015. The game has since come out in the fall of 2016 as open beta, and it is a free-to-play MOBA, meaning multiplayer online battle arena. So it's a 5v5 player versus player PvP, and there are multiple classes that you get to play in this game. And one of the beauties of this game is they always introduce a new character, or they have been since the release of open beta or even close beta, is every 3 weeks they introduce a new character, a new class. Actually a new character, I wouldn't say class. And so in this video, what I'm going to show you guys is sort of a feel for the game, an introduction of the graphics, the mechanics. Now what I will say is a lot of the content that I'll be putting out is a little bit dated, and the reason why I say that is what you're looking at, this current map, is no longer in operation. Paragon has actually have created a new map, and they did a major overhaul of a lot of the systems that they have. But I really enjoyed my time playing this particular map. This map is called Legacy, and what you're observing right now is these little characters called minions in the game. And when you kill minions, or when you also kill opponents, you collect what's called amber. And amber, in the terminology of Paragon, is basically your experience or card experience points. So as you accumulate more amber, you get more card experience points, which accumulates in the left circular meter. The left bottom meter colored in yellow is where your measurement of collection of amber, or your experience points, and this is used to boost your stats once you teleport back to base, and you're using a card system to boost your stats. Now, one revolution of this meter will give you 3 points. That was originally how it was designed during the Legacy map. I'll show you in a future video when it comes to the Monolith map, which is new. One revolution will give you 1 card point experience, which they've kind of shrunk it down a little bit. A few other things to notice is in the bottom middle of your screen, the green bar is actually your health bar, purple bar is your mana, and then there is this little arrow bar on the bottom, and that is your travel mode. When you take a swing or get into a fight, you actually will slow down in movement. This has been taken out with the Monolith patch. Usually a lot of will tend to run back to the base, but if you press the B button on your keyboard, you'll actually teleport back to the base. If you press tab, it will show you the stats of the entire team and your opponents. Now once you get back to base, this is where you spend your experience points that you collected through Ember. And here you will see my build for a particular character called Khaimera, which is a jungler melee fighter. And what I mean by jungler is, when you look at the map, which is on the top right hand of the screen, you have 3 lanes. Each lane has multiple towers, and then at each base there is a core. And the objective of the game is to destroy the opponent team's core, so that you will actually win the game. If your core gets destroyed before their core does, then you lose the game. And there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 towers before you get to the opponent's core. And here I'm just farming a bit for the amber with minions that basically typically no one really competes with, so I'm able to guarantee to get a kill and then also get the amber. Now in this scenario, the lanes are typically filled with minions, your minions and also the opponent's minions. Your goal is to push the lanes with your minions to reach the core of the opponent and destroy their towers as you try to reach the core. Now, one of the other things looking at this map is on the screen is that on your bottom left hand side are each of your individual slots. You get 6 slots for your cards, and then each card can have subcategories of stat boosters, which I'll show you throughout this video. And then on your right hand side of your health and mana bar is your overall experience bar. Your right hand side, each of your special moves or special attacks. And for Khaimera, like any other character that is created in this game, you get basically 3 special attacks that have shorter cooldowns, and then you have an ultimate that is designated by the letter R, and then you have your base attack, which is just your left button click. So here I'm really having an opportunity with all the constant attacks on me that I'm trying to get as much experience points through the amber by farming in the jungle, as well as killing my opponents and try to catch up on the leaderboard. The person that is playing Faye, which was really having a hot start in this game and really doing well, so I was absolutely doing my best to try to catch up to the leaderboard. What I really like about Paragon is that it is graphically very pleasing. I think for a MOBA, I never really liked League of Legends graphics, and Smite was something that drew my interest, but Paragon really took it up a notch. So you will see as I subcategory wise completes a card, and there are certain card types that I'll get into in another episode that actually give you extra stat boosts if you use the same card types to complete that particular card. Now, one of the other things I want to talk about in this game is that although it might seem like I'm completely playing in a sense solo, if you have a great group of teammates, you will actually be able to complement one another in your gameplay to do really well, and that is by paying close attention to your mini-map, which is on the top right hand corner, and then also paying attention to the leaderboard and seeing what the situation is based on who's alive, who died, because usually in this game when someone dies or when your opponent dies, there is actually a cooldown. and you need to be aware of which lanes might be unguarded or which lanes are under attack, and sometimes you need to shift your presence here and there. At this point, I am getting really desperate for some kills. I am doing the best I can to trying to find opportunities to really catch up to the leaderboard, and I just missed my opportunity. I get an assist for that one, but not a kill, because the kill, it has to be the last hit on the opponent that kills the opponent. So that is the kill. Here I make a completely new move by trying to jump and completely missing the ledge, and this is where I miss out potentially on trying to get a kill. Now it gets very chaotic when you have a lot going on. I have no idea. I think I got both kills in this situation, and luckily I'm putting myself in a good chance to at least try to catch up to the leaderboard. But unfortunately, I used my ultimate here, and I also did not get the kill. Sometimes ultimates can take a little bit of time to charge. I'm trying to run off here, undeciding if I should go around for the kill, but I realized they got the kill for this, so I go back to farming. Mindset is get as many amber to boost my card experience points, and then also try to get kills in between to kind of stay on pace with the leaderboard. So for this particular class, one of the things I like about playing Khaimera is that Khaimera has this ability to really attack with speed and overwhelm an opponent when it comes to damage output. And also it has very, very unique set of attack moves that, to me, I think if you play Khaimera, the best analogy I can give you is like it's driving a sports car. There's a lot of, especially a manual sports car with a stick shift, there are a lot of controls to them, and he's not super hard to play, but he is also not easy, because you really have to think about when you're observing the scenario in front of you on the map, with other minions, the position of your opponent, the spacing and everything, what your chain of moves are going to be, what your combo is going to be, because you can't just go in and do one attack, you have to do multiple. So in that sense, I lose out on another, someone steals my kill, so you really have to kind of observe that. There are certain classes that are very straightforward, where you just increase your base attack and on those stats, and then you just keep attacking. For me in this situation, it's more about, okay, what are my rotation moves? When do I, go in for the gank and complete the kill? So that's, and I use my ultimate again and I lose out. So it was really frustrating at this point. I was getting a bit frustrated trying to figure out how to get kills, and here I have a prime opportunity, and he is trying to take me on, but unfortunately I was able to DPS him much faster than he was, and now I'm just trying to complete the kill, which is very hard. When your opponent starts running, it's very hard to complete the kill, and when you don't have mana, which is a bummer for me right now, I'm kicking myself, is when you really want to get that kill but you can't, and that ends up happening is your teammate will steal the kill. Now, even though I'm happy for my teammate, at the same time, if you know that you can catch up on those kills, you can produce that many kills, then you absolutely want to go for it. You absolutely think you're capable of doing this, then you get more and more competitive as the game goes on. Sometimes you're not just competing against the opponent's team, but you're also competing among your own teammates. Assists are nice, but kills are the ones that actually give you the amber from the kills. So if you don't get the kills, you don't get the amber, you don't get the experience points. So you can have a ton of assists at the end of the game, but at the end of the game, if you can't get the kills, it's hard for you to boost your stats faster in the game. And now in this situation, I'm looking at a prime situation where you know, you have the advantage with your minions taking the damage and also delivering the damage. And then if you pay attention to your mini-map, this teammate right now is low on health, and or he's actually a 1-2 situation, 1 against 2 opponents in this situation, so you really want to go in and just pound them. And of course we ended up finishing the job, but I didn't get the kills, and that was really frustrating. So now we go up against what's called Prime, and Prime is sort of like a mini boss in the game. And if you can take him down, he gives you a ridiculous boost. He will double your attack, and so if you can take him down, your entire team gets this boost, and you can just go out farming the kills of the other team. And so we down him, and then now he tries to gank us, but unfortunately our team just completely overpowers him. So if my attack right now per hit, let's say based on stats on my card, was like 100, with the boost from Prime, I would be 200 HP points per hit, and so I would be doing double the damage per hit. And here, when you get Prime, you also boost your minions. I'm currently should not be doing this because I'm currently in the middle of Gadget's biggest ultimate attack, which is this electrical storm that basically does massive damage if you're stepping into it. And right now I'm backing out because I understand I'm at a disadvantage. There are opponent minions all over the place. Here I go around the minions, and I'm really trying to get up close to separate them, because I know range tends to retreat backwards or move away from the minions, so that gives me more spacing to take less damage from the opponent's minions and actually be able to deliver my damage and wear down my enemy as fast as possible. So back at base, I am putting on more stats on damage, and I've also filled up my card on my mana regen, so now I shouldn't have a mana issue at all. I get regenerative mana at a rate of 3.5, which is shown under your, so you have 1 for your health bar, which you can see is 7.6, and there's a 1 for 3.5, which is under the purple bar. Now, one of the things the game kind of phased out is this particular thing called a harvester. And a harvester is this overtime accumulation of free amber, but you must have a specific card in your deck and to activate these and to place these. You don't really need a card in your deck to really place one of these. You can actually place them without it. However, with the card, they go much faster. I think it only takes about 5 to 6 seconds, and you're looking at drastically much faster. You're looking at drastically much faster accumulation of your amber and setting up the harvesters. So the guy who's playing Faye is obviously extremely, I would say, pro at this, in the sense that he doesn't want us to push, mainly because, you know, the more kills we get, the more kills not just of enemies, but also of, let's say for instance, the minions. We are farming tremendous experience, overall experience, not just in this game, but for this class. Now for me here at this point, I know my stats are good enough that I can go pretty much 1v2 in situations. I looked at all my moves, and my ultimate is all there, nothing's under cooldown. So now you know, Gadget has put out its ultimate and put out a move, and I'm just going to take out Gadget as fast as I can. I know there's enemies down there, so there's now 3 of them, but here I want to make sure I want to get as many kills as I can before I have to retreat. So right now they've already put on moves, I'm watching my health, I'm putting on a heal, and I take that out. Now I know that I was going to go for that kill. I knew he was soft, I knew my damages were going to be pretty hard on him, but unfortunately backup came, and I didn't have any minions around, so there was no way I could take him down. So now I gotta come back, and as I'm coming back, they're telling me my teammates are on their way, and they're telling me that they're gonna help me out. So now I have backup, and I have an advantage. I'm no longer, even though I'm low on health, I'm no longer at a disadvantage in a one-on-one fight. Continuing here, the group is really doing well on getting kills. I mean, I am just getting absolutely frustrated trying my best to basically catch up on the leaderboard, and all of a sudden I take one of these landmines from Gadget. Unfortunately, the landmines have massive AoE, so I can walk away from my teammates, and unfortunately as I walk away from my teammates, they get both of the kills. So now I'm thinking, alright, I'm down on kills. How do I keep up? Let me boost and complete another card. So now my damage is up, my health and mana regen are up. So the remainder of it now is really go get kills. Of course, there are more cards in my build that I want to basically activate. So the ultimate goal is still to get more experience points along with the kills, so that I can boost my stats even further. So every time you get through half of your experience meter, you will get your amber meter. You will get to unlock another level of your special attacks. And these harvesters really come in handy if you place quite a few of them on the map, but unfortunately this only applied to Legacy. When it came to Monolith, the current map, they've taken this away and they changed it a little bit, and I'll explain how that works in the next video when I actually show Monolith. Here he is using his ultimate, which is basically a second chance at life, and our DPS is pretty good enough that we wear him down. I actually button mashed. I was trying to go in for that kill, but then all of a sudden he comes along and really just, I don't know if I killed both playing here, but it was so fast and so chaotic, I had no idea who I killed and who I didn't kill. At this point, this is where you want to push, because you got minions backing you up, and that DPS was superbly fast. You want to push because you're at advantage with numbers and you're at advantage with team. Here we come back and we're going after Prime again. We want that boost again. It wears out over time. I think you're good for, about maybe 60 seconds. I might be wrong with that. But if you get Prime, you are at a huge advantage against the other team. Pretty much with your attack and stat boosts, you can pretty much go 1v2 without any worries if there are no minions. Now, if there are minions, I would still back out, because minions do quite a lot of damage to you. So you definitely want to work on your timing and your spacing, and then also your positioning in this game. It's actually very vital. Particularly positioning, because you can actually chase down an enemy. If you're at the right angle, you can actually take an enemy down very, very easily. And right here, I'm kind of confused on who's where and where's where, but I end up locking in on an enemy, and so I am just going to town. But I don't remember if I get this kill. I don't. So here comes the next one, and I'm hoping I get this kill. I'm looking around, I'm trying to say, what do we do? So he puts on retreat, but for me, I really just want to be aggressive at this point. I really want to push, and so does the other person. So now we take down one of their last, their tier 3 towers, and then I didn't get that kill. So now I'm just going, oh my goodness. Because the game, once you take down tier 3 towers, the game gets very, very quickly to end. So now I'm looking at it and I'm going, oh my goodness, I can't keep up with anybody here. Luckily, I get to steal that kill in a sense, because this person was really at the position to finish him off. And then the flood of their characters are coming out from their base. And now we're trying to figure out when the best timing to attack is, because our minions are at that push. And luckily I was able to get both of those, but this one is a little bit of a difficult one. I just didn't want to pursue that. I didn't want to risk. When you die in the game, you have a cooldown, and when you die later in the game, your cooldown gets longer. So you definitely don't want to have a long cooldown towards the end of the game, because you're pretty much decommissioned at that point. So here I am trying to boost on my health. I'm trying to last longer in a fight, and then the prime card is still in effect. I'm trying to find a way to say, alright, which lane needs to be pushed? Which lane do we need to open up to force these guys to kind of go on the defensive? When you take down tier 3 towers, that is when you have the big advantage. Here we kind of let what I call the snowball effect happen, which is the enemy's minions, several waves of them, accumulate over time, and they basically become one giant army. And sometimes if they take you on, they can do tremendous damage. So you don't want to go by yourself against these. Now, in regards to the towers in this game, you definitely want to have your minions doing the push into the towers, because the towers will attack the first thing that comes into its range. And usually if you have minions, they will tank that damage for you, and you are able to basically go hack away undamaged, unscathed at the tower. Now when your minions all die and you're still within the range of the tower will attack you. The other thing about this game is when you are attacking an enemy that is under the range of the tower will automatically log onto you and start attacking you. So you definitely have to be careful with that. Here I am trying to go for any character that's on the map away from base, and lo and behold, I find a standalone and unguarded, no minions in the jungle. So this is where I'm at full advantage, DPS speed and overall damage per second, and I am just whittling down the enemy. Now of course there's a few juke moves, but they couldn't run away that fast, not with my speed. Now I'm trying to check out the leaderboard, and before I realize it, they already took down the other guy. So now I'm trying to figure out, what do we do? Do we push the right lane? So I decide, okay, maybe we should push the right lane, because as you can see on the minimap, the left lane and the right lane both are right now still have their tier 3 towers up. So here we're just trying to clean up the minions, get as many amber as possible, and then we're going to basically push into their base. This tower is almost down, and as I finish, I'm trying to figure out, alright, where's the enemy? I look at my minimap, and those two are already gone, just absolutely gone. So now I'm really trying to catch up, and we're both trying to kill this. I burn my ultimate and I lose track of this guy completely, and then teammate takes out that guy, and now I'm basically going, okay, how close am I to the leaderboard? Can I catch up to the leaderboard? One of the things is, no matter what class you play in this particular game, if you really learn your class and you really learn the mechanism of the game, you actually will always be on top of the leaderboard. You can have, and I'll show you later in some of the videos, I had a game where I had pretty much the worst start. I had probably had like 2 straight death, and then I ended up with like 5 death in the entire game, but I ended up with like double-digit kills, even though in the beginning I just looked like a complete newbie, complete noob, and unfamiliar with the game. And sometimes you just have that type of luck. Here we're going back for prime again, and the reason why is none of the enemies have respawned. they're all under cooldown. So we're like, okay, let's farm a little more. And this guy is just going Leroy Jenkins because he's completely soloing Prime at this point. And the reason why is he has built his deck and his stats are strong enough now to pretty much go one-on-one. His DPS is fast enough, but I've realized even by himself it is still a little bit slow. Prime has a lot of armor. So the two of us take down Prime, we get the boost back again, and now we're going, and we've realized the enemy has respawned. So there are currently, I think, 3 of them right there. So they already took down 1, and I'm going, oh my goodness, I'm losing out my chance. I really gotta get that kill, whatever kill it is, I gotta go get it. So now there are a lot of minions here, and luckily I am in trying to get this kill. I end up getting that kill, and then now there's 2 more. He's able to pull them in, and I think he got both kills, if I was correct on that. And so this is really coming down to the end of the game. They really wanted to retreat, and I'm trying to figure out where we're gonna go. We have Prime, we have the boost, and the only thing I'm thinking, alright, I'll go back to base. I have 9 unspent card experience points. I will boost up my deck a little bit. So I dropped down attack speed, which attack speed is actually very vital. I highly recommend you drop it earlier. This was a build that I realized wasn't the most ideal. Attack speed is actually very vital, and I'll go into it in an episode where I talk about cards. But once you destroy the core explodes. I glitched out there, and it has a little cinematic for every member of your team for victory. And if you look at the particular glow of the darkness of Faye, which is the last character shown, that shows that that particular person mastered the class. If you look at the kills, I ended up, I think, getting 18, chased up to the leaderboard, and I ended up having 18 assists. I had a double-double in this, with 0 death, luckily. And as you can see, we farmed really well. Everybody's card slot was filled. You don't get that in most games. And so I will conclude here as the first episode. This was a really good game. Thank you for watching. I'll upload as soon as I can, and like and subscribe and comment on the channel. Thank you.